concerns for planning a wedding for us was definitely we want to spend too much on the wedding, and we still want the wedding to be as personalized as much as we can be now. We did not take up any loans for the wedding because we don't believe in starting a marriage with, in debt. Where did we go for honeymoon?
Yeah, I went to Indonesia to climb
Bali.
Yes.
We climbed Mount Agung.
Sounds like a tough honeymoon.
Throughout the whole time, it was a 14 hours climb
14
up and down.
hours.
Yeah, 7 hours up, 7 hours down.
Is that really a honeymoon?
Very. I think you have a permanent scar on your butt because he fell on a rock, on like a sharp rock.
These are memories.
Yes, it was a very crazy thing because I really wanted to climb a mountain, but then when we started climbing, Henry said, "Why did we sign up for this? Where is the sunlight?" It's very torturous.
Yeah, it's right after our wedding.
Yeah, I can't believe we did that, but it was very fun.
Ivan used words like memorable, unforgettable, lots of fun, and I think that's really what you're looking at. It doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, that's what they said, right? The honeymoon wasn't expensive. The wedding was more personal.
I really like the fact that she said that they did not want to be in debt.
Yes.
Well, I have known of babies who sleep so soundly throughout the whole night. Those are not a problem. You can do whatever you want, right? But some babies are just very people like mine, wakes up every 2 hours, like now. It's crazy. So what we are then looking at, is there another time for intimacy? Not be in the night. Other daytime when the kid is with another caregiver in school or something. Okay, find a different time or a different room. Okay, the room that you sleep with your baby may not be the room for lovemaking. And if you guys haven't tried out lovemaking in the living room, dining area, or even the bathroom, creates a whole different sensation. Don't try out somewhere else.
So generally, polycystic ovary syndrome is a condition where a lady doesn't ovulate. Most of the time, this lady has many eggs, but they're not coming out in the cycle. It tends to be associated with ladies of a heavier weight, okay, but it can also happen even in ladies with normal weight, okay. So the thing is, the ovaries on the ultrasound will show many eggs, okay, but none of which is coming out. The second thing is there will be some hormonal blood tests. Generally, sometimes your male hormone may be a little bit raised. There's a hormonal imbalance as well, and your menses can be quite erratic, so it can be it may take very long before one menses happens. Okay, so generally for this group of ladies, they are not usually ovulating, although it's not 0% chance of ovulation. That means sometimes on and off they can ovulate, you just don't know when, so it makes it very difficult to try. So it's not saying that polycystic ovary syndrome completely no natural chance of pregnancy. Sometimes lucky can get one, okay, but generally if you do have it, it makes it difficult for you to try. So therefore you should see a gynae, get treated for the condition, get you ovulating regularly so that you may try to conceive as soon as possible.
All of us just need to have a ruler like this. Our income that comes into our income pocket, we'll split it up into different percentages, all right? So the safety net here is 20%. Right, so it comprises of financial freedom, that's for your long-term retirement, and the second component, 10%, is for your next purpose in life. Right, we will have more goals and targets that we want to achieve, and this is where you accumulate for that purpose. Now, our necessity, we should shrink it down to at 55%. So with 55% of your income, right, this is where you would spend on the necessities, the diapers, right, your food, lodging, transportation, stuff like that. Okay. Now within this necessity, there's a 10% that you can use for your insurance, risk management, medical needs. Then debts for housing loans, car loans, or even some will be finishing up their study loans. It would be up to 35% of the income. Now the remainder, this part is what we call edu fund net. So it's quite easy to understand that because it's for education, right? Be it for yourself, your family, or in fact your children or future of your family, right? Education. And 10% for fun. So 10% you could spend it guilt-free, all right? Be it a holiday, now it's COVID, so no holidays, all right? So staycation or any other luxuries that you like to enjoy or indulge in, right? The other component is 5%, this is for charity, but charity doesn't necessarily mean donation. Charity here actually allows you to build relationships. Sometimes you like to sponsor your friend some areas of necessity. You like to, buy coffee, Christmas, birthdays, gifts like that. This is where that budget is from. Right, so this is how everybody should set aside their money for living within your means.
I think it's chicken rice. Oh, mommy like bubble tea.
So what's my
It is food, favorite food, not favorite drink, what?
I also don't know.
Date.
November.
November.
Oh, wait, 18? 14?
November 8th. That time work.
Last time work. No.
Take care of us.
Okay?
Hey, Tony back.
Encourage them when they are not doing very well, and then praise them for doing when they are doing the very good things in their life lah. So I would say look at their good points instead of focus on their bad things.
I just want to tell all the mummies out there, don't give up and just be happy always. Thank you.
Okay, always remember you are stronger and braver than anyone else, so just do what you can.
The gynae actually said, "Daddy, cut." I said like, "Cut what?" And I said, this. So I just cut without knowing what was that first. Actually, I already knew that I had to cut the umbilical cord, but then at that moment I was in a state of shock.
I know my wife. Okay, she's never going to be a stay-home mom. So the decision was very easy. At that point in time in the delivery ward, we have already decided that I'm going to stay at home. Even though I don't have the experience, but I'll try my best.
So stressed out at work, and then you come home, you just hold the child in your arm. All your worries, all your troubles, all your whole bad day is just gone. So I guess that's the only difference that I feel. When you have your child, it's a stress reliever.
I paid $0 for a delivery. So, okay, not exactly $0. Yeah, it's more of, it was all from MediSave. So there was no out-of-pocket cash, yeah, which was very helpful at that point of time as well. Yes. And I think it is also your choice of ward. So the ward that I chose was a 6-bedder, which was comfortable for me. And I think we also have to thank the MediSave maternity package, which we can claim $750 to $2,150 for your delivery fees.
Yes.
Yeah. And your ward stay, you can claim up to $450 a day. But if you're going through, let's say, the subsidized route, which you can get a referral from the polyclinic to one of the 3 government hospitals, you have to be prepared to meet different doctors at every visit. And your delivery will highly possibly be delivered by midwives. So both my babies were delivered by midwives, and I was very comfortable with them. They were very experienced.
Wow, there you go. So that's a secret on how you could almost pay $0 down. But it's all a lifestyle choice. It's all a lifestyle choice. Now, I know many of you would instinctively think about going for a private clinic, private doctors, right? You could also look at government hospital, structured hospital, and taking the polyclinic route. That was amazing.
What are some things to know if you're a new parent entering back into the workforce?
There's another thing I do advise, which I noticed this with a lot of parents as well. A lot of them don't check with HR what their entitlement is. Then they don't even know exactly how many days of leave they have. So if you can do a bit of research, read up on the Ministry of Manpower's website, but also go to your company, because your company sometimes has unique benefits. I remember many years ago when I was trying to support a hiring campaign, the HR person didn't tell us certain things at that time, and then it was only during a presentation she started to go off about what they offered as a firm, right? And all the benefits of the leaves and all the paid childcare, unpaid childcare, and the funniest thing is, as she's talking, some of the employees in the firm were like, wow, we also didn't know. If you're self-employed, you are allowed to claim for childcare leave. You just have to actually declare it because you are an employer of yourself.
When we want to have sex with our children, the stress comes in because you have to time your ovulation, and then you check your temperature, you look at your mucus, you do your ovulation kit, and all these things add to the stress. And then the husband will get stressed as well, because it's like, I have to do this one shot, one kill. If I don't, my wife will be so disappointed the next month when the pregnancy test kit comes back as negative again. Okay, so the main thing here is to actually move away from the whole idea of conceiving, but rather enjoy time spent with each other. So you might want to block off like once or twice a week, not just during your ovulation period, where you want to have intimate times. Intimate times doesn't always mean having intercourse. It's about regulating, updating each other, or even enjoying a sensual massage from each other. So you want to do this as a regular practice and not something that only happens during the ovulation.
There's an old saying that you are what you eat. And according to the US studies, that if you have a good nutritional status before conceptions, a healthy parents will have a healthy pregnancy. And a healthy pregnancy means the baby is healthy, and the offspring and the subsequent offspring will be in the better position, will have a head start. And therefore, fertility is related to diets. And according to the US studies, there are 5 things that you can do. One is whole grains. You eat a lot of whole grains, such as wholemeal, bread. Then you have good oils. Usually they are plant-based, such as olive oil. And the third item is vegetables. A lot of Singaporeans don't like to take vegetables. This is an acquired taste, such as tomatoes, asparagus. All these are very good for fertility. Then the 4th item is fruits, such as oranges, apples, berries, bananas, papaya, and so on. Then the last item, which is very important, is fish. In other words, the proteins, salmon, cod fish, all these are very nutritious.
Women who are pregnant with COVID-19 infection, they may have no symptoms or mild symptoms just like everyone else, but we do find that they are more at risk of getting more severe symptoms or needing ventilatory support as well as ICU care when they are pregnant with COVID compared to non-pregnant women. So please go get yourselves vaccinated, complete your vaccination, and if you are eligible for a booster shot as well, you should go ahead with that.
Okay, so for the basic fertility health check, some of the components can actually, the results are relevant for quite some time. So certain things like the egg count would be relevant for a shorter period, so within months or up to a year at most. For the older ladies, it can be as short as 3 months. And other tests such as the thyroid screen, for instance, or the scan of the womb and ovaries, as well as the tuber check, will be able to last longer for about 1 to 2 years even. And the semen analysis, provided that it was satisfactory to begin with, can also last for quite some time, at least 2 to 3 years. If, however, the semen analysis was not good, then in that case, as the condition can continue to deteriorate, then men should generally repeat the semen analysis in the future, so that in the near future, so that to compare the results.